Good evening. How is everybody? Hey, George, is there a video that's supposed to play before I come up here? No?
Is there?
I don't know. I'm just making sure. So how is everybody? Everybody good? Okay. So my name is Kat Terry. You can go ahead and have a seat if you'd like. And I am the kids director at EquipLife Church. And I also get to have the awesome privilege of being the youth pastor's wife, JT, who disappeared on me. He was at the church table. And so real quick housekeeping. If anybody needs to use the restroom, it's over in that cutout on that wall. And if anybody can take out your cell phones and make sure they're on silent. And because if anybody calls, we're going to ask them why they're not here. Okay? And so Misty had first came to me and she wanted to play a game because that's what I do. I'm with kids all the time and I play games. But I really wanted to do something serious, something intentional with y'all. And so I hope that's okay. But we'll still have fun. So I want you, everybody do this. Okay. We're going to imagine that your life is a big circle. Big, great circle, giant circle. And right now, this moment is a little pinprick. Go ahead and take your finger and do pinprick. It's a pinprick right in that circle. One tiny moment in your life. So can you all go all in today? We're going to have some amazing speakers up here. So can you all go all in today? Yeah. Okay, I love it. But just to make sure that you are ready to get all in, because, like I said, we're going to be doing a very serious game here in a minute. I need everybody to stand up. I know. I just told you you could sit down. I'm making you stand up. So listen. I was watching TED Talks the other day. Does anybody know what TED Talks is? Yeah, just a couple of you. And Mel Robbins was talking about motivation and how to not procrastinate. And she has this trick. It's where you count down from 5. Now, I thought maybe I could like change the wheel and count up, but then like my alarm's going off and I'm like 31, 32, and so I was like, okay, no, that doesn't work. You really got to stick to her plan and count backwards, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody good with those numbers? Yes. Okay, so here's the deal. What you do is when you have to do something you don't want to do, you count backwards from 5, and then you just do it. Is that easy enough? Yes. Okay, so we're going to make sure you guys are, like we set the mood, make sure you guys are, committed to do things that you don't want to do today. Is that good? Yeah, everybody wants to do things they don't want to do. So we're going to count down from 5, and then we're going to play some music, and you're all going to dance. Nobody's going to look around. You just move. Even if it's just like the little snack, we don't care. Just move. Okay, ready? I got to make sure you guys are committed for today, otherwise... Okay, ready? Huh? Oh, you can't dance without music, Corey. Okay, ready? Everybody with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I took you up. Now we got to go down. So everybody has a piece of paper on your chair. It has just some examples of some stuff that we may have walked through in life. That's not easy, right? And so if everybody can make sure your paper is filled out, I need to make sure that you're very honest with your paper. It's anonymous. Nobody's going to know what you put on your paper. And today, in our message, you can go ahead and have a seat. Make sure you fill out your paper. Today in our message, Levi Lesko talked about having a pack and how you can't go through life alone. And that's what I want us sisters to get out of this event, is that what we call, like in our youth group, we call ourselves tribes. You have to have a tribe. You have to have a pack. You've got to have those sisters around you to walk with you through life. You cannot do it by yourself. God did not design us to go through life alone. And so that is why we have sister events, so that we can come together, so we can support one another, And so we can be there for each other as we go through life. So life is either happening to you or life is happening for you. And right now, life is going to happen for us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to fill that out, and we're going to acknowledge what we've been through with truth, courage, and compassion. We're going to find out that you're not alone. You're not the only one. And again, it's 100% anonymous. So once you have it done, I want you to fold it in half. I want you to pass it behind you. Make sure you didn't write your name on it, because that's just weird. And then pass it to the left. And then pass it behind you. Pass it to the right, to the back. And it's fine if you mess up my directions, because we just want to pass it as many times as possible so that nobody knows where your paper is. So just keep passing. Some of you maybe need to pass it forward, because now all these ladies in the front don't have papers. So we can pass some forward. Especially if you're in the back, you need to pass it forward. Everybody needs to have a paper. By the time this is done, everybody needs a paper. Okay, so the goal is for everybody to have a paper and for nobody to know whose paper they have and nobody to know where your paper is. Did we accomplish that? No. Okay, so let's keep going until we figure it out. Okay, raise your hand if you do not have a paper. Okay, if you have more than one piece of paper, take it to someone that does not have a piece of paper. Okay. Is there an extra one anywhere? Does everybody have a piece of paper? Did everybody fill out a piece of paper? Okay, are we good? I don't have one. You don't have one. Does anybody have more than one? How did, yeah, who didn't fill out a paper that's holding a paper? Because everybody should have a piece of paper if everybody filled out a paper. Okay, make it work. So, here's what we're going to do. This is called Stand Up for Your Sister. I did steal this from Rachel Hollis because I love her. And what we're going to do is, hey Lacey, can you hand me one of those papers? So I'm going to read the sentence. And if you're going to look at your paper, and if your paper is checked, then you're going to stand up for your sister. You're going to acknowledge what she had to walk through for her. That lady that checked that is going to see you standing for her. Do you see how impactful that is? You're standing up saying, I'm standing up for you, sister. And then we're going to sit down and we're going to read the next one. Has everybody got it? Okay. So, I have suffered from depression. Wow. So if you walked into this room suffering from depression at one time or another and thought you were alone, that you were the only one walking through that, you're not alone. Thank you. Go ahead and sit down. I have suffered from anxiety. Again. Okay, go ahead and sit down. I have questioned my self-worth. Okay, go ahead, sit down. I've had sex with someone and hoped I've been sexually abused. Thank you. I've been physically abused. Okay. I have been verbally or emotionally abused. Okay. I have intentionally cut or harmed myself. Sit down. I have considered suicide. Wow. Thank you. I've been raped. I've lost a child. Thank you. I've lost a parent. I've lost a partner. Okay. I've been cheated on by my partner. Okay. Try not to cry. I've battled or am battling with infertility. Yeah. Thank you. I've had a miscarriage. I've abused alcohol. Okay. I've used porn as a way to cope. Okay. I've abused prescription drugs. Okay. I've abused food as a way to cope. Okay. I've abused illegal drugs as a way to cope. I hate the way I look. Okay. I have feared being judged. Yeah. It's a lot of us. Thank you. And the last one, I have felt or I feel alone. Look around, ladies. That's like most of the room. Thank you. So you see in this experience, this little experiment that we did, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to admit these things, and that's why it's hard to stand up for yourself when it comes to these things. But when you look around, you see that you're not alone. There's other ladies in this room that are saying, me too. And so today, what I want you to take away from this is that you found the strength to embrace your past so that you can walk confidently into your future. And you know that we've all struggled and we've walked through some horrible circumstances, but you're here today. You're here. We are not victims, and we aren't just survivors. We are warriors. Woo! Warriors for Jesus Christ right here today. So give yourself a round of applause. And I'm so sorry to make you go through that, but I just find that it's so important to know that you're not alone, that we all struggle, we all walk through these things, but we don't think anybody else is going through them. So to have this visual experiment to see that we need our sisters, that we need to surround ourselves with a pack, a tribe that can support us and lift us up, that is so important. So thank you so much. I'm going to bring out, who's coming up next? Worship. Okay, so we're going to bring out Bex and Christy to do worship. And again, are you guys going to bring it today? Yeah, this is your one step in your huge circle. So we're going to stand up and we're going to worship God. So let's get together. Thanks, Kat. Are y'all ready to worship?
glad that we can be on fire for him. And when we speak his name, he is here with us. It's just a wonderful thing that when I say Jesus, he scatters the darkness.
Every fingerprint
for us. He goes before we go. Thank you, Jesus, for being my defender. I praise you, Jesus. Come back with the
high five, give them a hug. This is the sisters event, so however you encounter and interact with your sister, do that today. That projector is right there. I just want to say that you are a beautiful group of women, and I am so honored to be here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Honestly. This first speaker that is coming up tonight, by the way, I'm Misty Apela. I'm one of the pastors at EquipLife Church, and I get to be married to Michael, which is wonderful. He's an amazing husband. We have 5 amazing kids, and 21 to 11 are a lot funner than they were 0 to 11. Things are a little bit easier. But God is so good, and He's centered me in a room with you women, and I'm just so excited. And I want to tell you that stand for your sister. When you leave here tonight, you've got prayer stones in those gift bags that we gave you. Pray for those women, because those are some serious numbers that stood up in here. It broke me emotionally, as it did a lot of women in this room, and I just think it's so important to know that sometimes in life it can feel like we are alone, but we are never alone. And it is okay to reach out to someone else and let them know that you need them. And I'll tell you that the woman that's coming up right now, we had, I did a 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth. And it could be titled a little bit different, but it was a leadership book I was taking, and in there it challenged me, and it asked me, what is something that you really want to get better at? And I'm like, well, we're always doing something for church, we're always traveling, I've spoke at conferences, and I feel like I'm not all that good of a communicator, so I really want to get better at that. So they challenged me, and they said, outside of the current circle you have, who is it that you could reach out to that can help you grow in a circle? And I was like, well, I've been to a couple of places, and Kelly Norman's really pretty, and she sounds great too. I think she would be perfect. So I wrote her down in my little notebook. Okay, well, a few more months pass by, and I never reach out to her. And it's so funny because Braun has teased me about this, because God knows what you need in your life. And I'll tell you, the way I thought that we were going to meet was not like we met. She actually does the Carter County Jail Ministry, and she goes in and she gets to speak, preach, and pray over the women in the Carter County Jail on Sunday mornings. And she left and was running late, so she just happened to stop into that church at the movie theater. And we flashed past at the in the lobby, and I was like, hey! And I was like, oh God, yeah, I was supposed to call her. So I do. I call her. I actually reached out to her on Facebook Messenger, and on Facebook, if you have a couple's Facebook, it says Michael-Misty Apela. And that's because Michael needs a presence, but he's not going to get on there, so I really try to keep him plugged into the world. And I sent Kelly a message, and I said, would you like to have coffee? And she said, well, that would be great. Is Misty going to come? she was thinking, or should I bring Buddy? And so I was like, this is actually Misty. And she was like, oh. So we met up for coffee briefly, and we got an opportunity to share a little bit of each other's stories. So this is our second encounter, right? Our third encounter, she calls me and she says, hey, can you come and meet me? And I'm like, where do you want to meet at? She's like, there's this little hotel, I think it's called the La Quinta, and there's this girl there, and I think we can help her. So I pull up on the side of this, and the door's cracked open, and she pops her head out, and she waves real big. And I walk in, and there's a girl fresh out of rehab, had been there for 4 months. She had met her in the Carter County Jail, and we went into this little bitty dark hotel room that had no leg space at all. And we went in there, and we sat on that king-size bed that a lot of them are using for who knows what, and passerbyers and whatever. But we talked about Jesus. And God knew the timing that needed to take place. And so this woman is very special to me. So let's give her a big round of applause.
Well, my name is Kelly Norman, and I live in Springer, America. If any of you know where that is, not too far from here, by the Arbuckle Mountains. I've been married to my husband for 24 years, and we have 2 boys together. Brady's 22 and Blue's 16. God has just richly blessed me. So I have about 15 minutes, so I'm going to jump in here, and I want to share my story with you. And I am going to act like that we're just sitting in a room. And I'm just going to open my heart and share it. So I just ask you not to video today, because some of the things that I want to share with you is I always share with really special